this week on Ultimate Outdoor Adventures TV.
Well, coming into the North Dakota rifle season, I had several deer on my mind, but the one that stuck out the most was one that we met back in 2014. It was over my birthday weekend. We had a bad blizzard in October, and we set up in a cottonwood tree and had just an absolutely amazing night. There were 6 or 7 different bucks that wandered by us, and this young buck, probably about 125 5x5, stuck out. And the reason he stuck out is he had a double throat patch, and thus the name double throat patch. And that was the deer that I was after this season. Well, even though we had several sightings of that deer his first year, he was too young, and we wanted to let him mature. Well, coming into the next season, we got him on trail cameras. He showed up on the coverts, and he kind of blew up. He was probably pushing 145 to 150. So he was on our hit list, and we spent most of the fall trying to get him in front of us, but we weren't able to do that. It wasn't until late season, the last weekend in December, that Kurt had him out in front of him in the cornfield. But one of the problems you run into when you hunt out of blinds is that the cameraman may see one angle, the shooter another angle. And that's what happened. Kurt had him 25 yards broadside in front of him, but he couldn't see him, where JW was filming and could see him. So it was one of those deals that ifs and buts. We might have had a deer, but it didn't work out that night. So we ended up that year not taking him, and we're hoping that he was going to make it into the next season. Well, now it brings us into the 2016 season. Now, I spent all summer setting up trail cameras in the big&J out trying to get a picture of the double throat patch, and he never showed up. He's just one of those deer that, you know, even the year before, we just had several pictures of him. It's almost like he knew these cameras were there and was camera shy. Well, finally, in the middle of September, I did get one picture of him. And it's kind of funny because it's like he sticks his head out around, it takes one picture and he's gone. So we knew where he was at, so what we decided to do is we had the right wind. Josh and I snuck in the tree stand and had one of my best experiences ever. Double throat patch shows up, he's at 50 yards, he walks by me, but I just didn't feel comfortable taking the shot. So he walked into my life and walked out of it. And it was one of those deals that the remainder of the bow season, I never got a chance to get back on him. So coming into the rifle season, I was super excited. I knew where he was living, but I was a little bit nervous because there's a lot of pressure around our place. So we set out to hunt the same area, and we were not going to give up until he showed up.
He's just coming out of the trees right now over there. Look across the bank, you'll see him. He's going to the left now. Oh yeah, he's pretty nice, isn't he? close encounter with a nice 8-pointer. John and I kind of switched up. We've been looking for a couple of these really big, wide ones up here. And this nice 8 came across the cornfield, and he's kind of going back where he came from. Well, we had a close call. We just needed him to come a little bit closer our way in an opening. One of the tough parts about hunting over this river bottom is across the field. Hard to find a break.
He's going into their hills.
You're kidding me?
No.
That's where he came from.
Well, the first morning of the rifle season, we were sitting where we wanted to be. We had an idea that this big buck was in the area, but you know how deer hunting goes. Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. Well, we sat that first morning. We had a lot of deer around us and had a great encounter with a beautiful 8-pointer that Jason almost got a crack at. But before he could step into the opening where he could get a clear shot, the neighbors shot a deer, and it spooked him back across the river. But it was a great morning. We knew there was deer in the area, so the game plan was to come back later that evening and set up a blind. So that evening we set out, we took in the Ameristep blind, we got up there, and it was kind of a windy day, got it set up, and sure enough, Jason thinks he sees the double throat patch running the other way. My heart sank down as low as you could go, because I thought we spooked this deer, and he was headed for the neighbors. So we sat there, we glassed, and we did not see him. So my hopes were a little bit high that the fact is that maybe he was just chasing a doe around on the river bottoms and we would still see him.
He's moved about 50 yards. He's coming this way. Where's he at? You still on him? Yeah. He's down in that block of woods now. Yeah, I've lost him now.
That's him.
You see him?
Yeah, that's him.
Don't get me out of here. Did you see where that doe came across the field?
Yeah.
He was going out to meet her. Look with your binoculars out there. He's right there. See him?
You on him?
Yeah, yeah.
I got him, Jay.
You got him, buddy.
I got him.
He is down.
Did that just happen?
It just happened, buddy. Yes.
may not got great footage, but I just shot the double throat patch. We've had history. I can't even tell you. I'm shaking so freaking bad. You see my lip? This is stress. My hair is gray. I didn't think it was probably about a 250-yard shot. I didn't know if I was going to clear the trees, but
Made a nice shot on him. Beautiful shot.
One chance.
Good job.
Thanks, buddy.
Awesome.
Well, I don't know if you've ever been in that situation, but things happened fast, and I pulled the trigger. I was 99.9% sure this was double throat patch, but I was looking through the spotting scope as he was traveling through the trees. I was searching for his tines. I was looking for that throat patch, and I wasn't quite sure if I talked myself into him or not. And this has happened to me in the past where I pulled the trigger on a deer and I walked up to him and it wasn't the deer I was expecting. So let me tell you, that walk of 300 yards to 400 yards was the longest walk of my life.
Could it be the big one or could it be a screw up? It's him. It's him. I've never been so afraid in my life. We're gonna go get the light so you can see. But I talked myself out of this deer. We saw it coming, and I can't even tell you how stressed I've been this year because of work, the show, everything, and trying to kill this deer. I've never had. I don't know if I like trail cameras anymore. I don't know if I like knowing what deer are on my property anymore. I think sometimes it takes the fun out of it because you just used to go hunting. It all came together, so it's a hell of a story. But I'm telling you, it takes years off your life because I had him in front of me the other night bow hunting. Thought I should have taken a shot. Didn't take the shot. I think I made the right decision. But this all came together, so I just gotta, I thank the Lord, and I'm not thanking the Lord that I killed this animal. I'm thanking the Lord for giving me the opportunity just to be out here with my buddies, and wish my brother was here, wish my daughter was here. But all I can say is it's gonna be a hell of a night.
Well, on behalf of all of us, Kurt Schrato, Jason Wright, Johnny Oneman, Jerry Meisner, Gary Lindeman, my daughter Shelby Arman, Russ Arman, Josh Ehlers, all the guys that helped pursue this deer, I want to thank all of them for helping me. Pretty much a dream come true. So, once again, thanks for joining us.